Hello everyone. The book that I'm going to be talking about is Mothman and Other Flying Cryptids of the Midwest by the author Noir. And I actually have read another book by this very same author. I think that happened earlier this year, 2023. And the Mothman is what you would call, this is the subfield of paranormal studies called cryptozoology, which, when just, how shall I put it, just translated studies of cryptids, cryptids being essentially monsters. The biggest, probably the two most famous examples are the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot. Now, the cryptozoology, what separates that from a lot of the other paranormal studies is you're actually looking for a biological entity, more or less. I'm going to actually just skip right to it and put up a picture right there of the movie poster. That's how a lot of people probably know of it. So, ordered this book off of Amazon. As I said, I actually am familiar with this author's work. So, even before I discuss the contents of the book, we have here a mystery of sorts. So I get this from Amazon. It's the only way to get it. Even if you go to the author's page, it just sends you the link to Amazon. And right here, there's a message. It's to two people. To Mary and Paul, enjoy the adventure. I intend to ask the author about this. Someone said it was probably maybe repackaged or something. Still, I don't know how that happened because I didn't think I got it used. Okay, so I'm just going to walk you through the structure of the book. As you see here, we got the table of contents. Now, this is not just about the Mothman. Remember the subtitle, and other flying cryptids of the Midwest. But most of this book is going to be dedicated to this guy. Mothman kind of popular because around the time that the Mothman sightings happened in that general region of the United States, unfortunately, there was a tragedy. I'm not going to go into too much detail on the collapse of the Silver Bridge, but many people did die, and Mothman was supposedly sighted, is on that scene. Nobody seriously thinking any entity caused that, but it led to safety reform when it comes to the construction of bridges. Now, this is how this author lays out their books. First you're going to get a chapter that talks specifically about the cryptid in question. And then you're going to get this long, exhaustive list of actual creatures that did exist it's going to be a list of both the extinct and the extant species that could possibly be confused for a cryptid, some large birds, for instance. After that section in her books, generally comes just a section of what I call the timeline, documenting when these various sightings happened and where. And oh yeah, Michigan. Oh, also too, remember there's interviews she does with people who are experts in this field. Some of them actually do have advanced degrees in things like paleontology and things like that. Now, wrapping up briefly, I do have to talk about this book's shortcomings. This book, as with the previous book I read by her about Great Lakes monsters, has a lot of misspellings and just errors. I do want to say that that's not necessarily the author's fault. The author turns in their manuscript, it gets looked over, it gets edited. So when a book comes out that has a lot of misspellings and errors, you can't just blame the author on that. I think this might be a Dark Moon Press problem.